Legacy, What the All Blacks Can Teach Us About the Business of Life by James Kerr. And I just want to share the 15 lessons in leadership that he brought from this book. Hey guys, how you going? It is Andrew here. Guys, one of my favourite sports teams of all times would have to be the New Zealand All Blacks. And not just because I'm a Kiwi from there, but they have a dynasty that is equaled by none. They have over an 87% victory rate over the 100+ years that they have been playing. So you would absolutely say that they are one of the most successful teams in history of sport in anything, and they can shed a lot of examples. So I've recently read a book that somebody recommended to me called Legacy, What the All Blacks Can Teach Us About the Business of Life by James Kerr. And I just want to share the 15 lessons in leadership that he brought from this book. The first one is character. So what does that mean? Don't ever be too big, don't ever be too important to do the small things that need to be doing. So the All Blacks have a culture where even the most senior of the team will go out and they'll sweep the sheds. They'll get in and they'll clean up after themselves. They'll get in and do the little things that need to be done. And that's important in leadership as well, to make sure that you can get on the ground and communicate with everyone and do what needs to be done, no matter what level you are in the business. The second lesson in leadership is to be able to adapt, adaptability. Be able to go for the gap. Even if things are going absolutely right and 100% the direction you are, everybody will start to catch where you are. So while everybody's doing this, you want to start to look for the gap and find that new edge so that you can continue to improve and grow. Anybody in business or anybody in personal development will also always tell you that you've got to have purpose. What is your why for doing what you're doing? If you don't have a strong enough purpose to get out of bed in the morning, then there's not much point in continuing what you're doing. If you're doing it for your family, amazing. If you're doing it for a bigger picture like donating to charity, then amazing. But you've got to have a big enough why to keep you driving forward. In the All Blacks case, it was to be the best in the world, to get rid of the choker title that they had for so many years, and they won back-to-back World Cups because of it. Number 4 is responsibility. Guys, leaders create leaders. You've got to be responsible for where you are and what you put out. So if that means, again, getting back and sweeping the sheds, then do exactly that. But set the example for others. Don't expect others to do what you wouldn't do for yourself. Lay the pathway to make it easy, to make it accessible for them to step up, for them to take responsibility of their own life, the same as you took responsibility for yours. Okay, lesson number 5, learn. Guys, teachers are leaders, or leaders are teachers. Make sure that you create a learning environment where your team can learn from what you've done, whether it be the good, the bad, or whatever. If you've made mistakes, allow people to know that. Show that you're human. Be authentic and show the way in which they can overcome those. Always learn and create that environment where others can too. Lesson number 6 is WHANAU, which stands for family in Māori. What it means is keep your circle tight. Don't allow dickheads in, and that's exactly what the book says, no dickheads. Guys, they have that rule. You've got to keep your circle tight so that you know who you're dealing with. You want to deal with people that are going to take you to the next level, not the people that are going to drag you down. So who you surround yourself with, the family you create, is incredibly important. Lesson number 7 is expectations. Create great expectations of yourself and of others. Remember, people are only going to do to you what you allow them to do. So create massive expectations for yourself so that you might hit them, and also create massive expectations for the people around you that they will lift you higher. Pretty much the same as family, but just going to that next level. Expectation, always have the highest expectation of yourself, and you will have an outstanding result. Lesson 8, preparation. Always train to win. Put yourself under pressure so that when the real challenge comes and you are under pressure, you're going to hit it no matter what. So always practice, put yourself under pressure to hit the results that you want, so you can be operating at a peak performance state at every point of the game. And the same reason, the same thing, you need to make sure that you look after yourself as well. Preparation will help you with that. It'll help you to think on your feet, it'll help you to think with clarity, and it'll help you to think with poise and resolve. Lesson 9 is pressure. You need to be able to think with a cool head, and of course, preparing under pressure, like we said in lesson 8, will set you up ready so that you can think on your feet, so that you can make the right decision when possible. Now, we don't always get this right, and that's why really important to continue to practice, to train. And guys, that's something that I continually do, is I'm always trying to put myself in that position, and I don't always get it right. So it's something we've got to continually work on. Okay, lesson number 10 is something that I continually go on and on about, and it's being authentically you. Know what your flaws are, know what your weaknesses are, know what your strengths are too, and play to each and every one of them. No one can be you, so you might as well do it. No one does it better. Be authentically yourself, don't try to be something you're not. Lesson 11, sacrifice. Champions do extra. If you want to be the top of your field, then you've got to go that extra mile each and every day. You've got to do something more than somebody else is willing to do. Find something you're willing to give your life to, then give your life to it. You'll have an outstanding result. But guys, champions do extra. Sacrifice and you'll get there. Lesson 12, language. The language you use with yourself on a continual basis will shape who you become. If you want to continue to use negative language, then you're going to have a negative outcome. If you start using positive language, you're going to have a positive outcome. More importantly, create a lingo, a linguistics within your organization, within your tribe that describes who you are. Own it. Lesson 13, ritual. What rituals do you do on a daily basis that's going to take you to the next level? What is it that you do that is going to absolutely actualize what it is that you want to achieve? What do you do daily? Do you meditate? Do you say affirmations? Do you journal? Do you exercise? Create those rituals that are going to put you in the space, put you in the mindset that will have the result that you want to have. Lesson 14, WHAKAPAPA, which basically means ancestry. What are you going to leave for the future? What seeds are you going to plant right now that you'll never see? That's what it means for ancestry, for your WHAKAPAPA, to leave something of lineage. Lesson 15 is one of my favorites, and it's legacy. What legacy? What are you doing right now to create that lineage, to create that WHAKAPAPA, to leave your legacy, to leave your mark on the earth? What are people going to say about you when you pop off? When you leave this mortal coil, what are they going to say? I challenge you to sit and write what you'd like your eulogy to say. Go through that exercise and just see whether it rings true right now. And if it doesn't, change your course so that you can leave an amazing legacy for so many people. Anyway, that's the top 15 lessons in leadership from the book Legacy by James Kerr, an absolute rock star of a book. You should definitely go out and read it. You can get it off the Book Depository UK, you can get it off Amazon, you can get it at your local bookstore. James Kerr is the author of this book. Absolutely thoroughly recommend it. It was a great read, particularly if you're an All Blacks fan, but even if you're not, you'll learn a lot from it. Have an amazing day. Take care.